Welcome back to my channel. I've got a couple good used bin discs in here that I'm going to talk about. But before we get into the used bin discs, we are no longer doing the 10 to 1,000. We are now up to 5,000. We're trying to get to a $5,000 goal. Love all the support from everyone yesterday on the video that dropped about celebrating the $1,000 profit mark after what, 2 months or so of trying to turn $10 into 1,000. So now we're trying to take $10 and turn it into 5,000. We're a little over $1,100 currently in profit today. So we're gonna go over these used bin discs. These are all gonna be live on my website if you guys want first dibs on these awesome discs. And I've also just unboxed some incredible finds from Facebook pages and eBay. I found a golf lot that blew my mind. So stay tuned for that one. Let's get into these cool used bin finds. The first one that I ended up picking up was this Proton Glow Volt. This is a very rare run. This is like, you know how like you'll see MVP will have Eclipse 2.0? This was 1.0. This was the glow part of the rim, which is pretty hilarious. It didn't glow very bright. So this is not necessarily a patent pending run, but super flat, super stiff. This Volt is a beauty. Crazy numbers on these too, by the way. I think they were selling for like 40, 50 bucks on some of these. Next, another insane disc that, you know, on the surface doesn't look like it's anything special or unique, but as I was looking in another video for good overstable, you know, fairway drivers and mid-ranges, a lot of you were commenting, check out the resistor. I was checking out the resistors. I picked this one up and I didn't realize what I had necessarily at the time. I thought it was interesting that it was Proton soft plastic. Yeah, well, looked it up and it turns out this is a unreleased plastic. It was in the gyro boxes like as a lab second. And these are incredibly hard to find. People love this mold and they sell for a lot of money. Let's stay on the Volt train. This is a Fision Volt. This is a patent pending run. You can tell by the back when it says patent pending. It's inked up on the back pretty well, but it is a pre-flight number disc. So this is one of the early runs of MVP. It's a Volt. Just like I had this, actually I bet you the same person who turned both these in probably had both of them because they're a little bit older runs. This is a Fision Volt. I got it for an entire $1. So this one will be a cheap one on the website if you like the patent pending run. This is a nice flip up to flat glide forever. Fision plastic. So really cool pickup here. Next one is a Discraft disc that caught my eye because of the cool stamp and the Z-Swirl plastic. So Z-Swirl, as you know, in the new 25 Tour Series, it's pretty popular. It's a limited edition Raptor, and these also can find some pretty big money. Max weight, no ink on this one at all, super stiff and board flat. I'm excited to go throw this one myself. Next one I gotta ask about is this Discraft Z-Flex Punisher. I bought it. I didn't know anything really about this one because it was blue and it felt super good in hand. And if something feels good in your hand when you're looking at used bins, yeah, sometimes it's worth just picking it up and seeing if it is right for you. But it's pre-flight number Z-Flex plastic, which I know sometimes can go for a little bit, but I've never seen a Z-Flex Punisher before. So if you know anything about this value anyways, let me know. There are some other Z-Flex discs like this from this era, this run, that do sell for a lot, but I don't know too much about the Punisher and I'm excited to go throw this one. So as part of this entire journey, I'm trying to learn so much more. I try to learn all the time when I go into the used bins. Well, this is a Dave Feldberg Gladiator, which is an older mold from, was it Latitude? Yeah, Latitude 64. But the funny part about this one, this is an error. They misspelled his name. It says Dave Fledberg, which is hilarious. You can see it there on the stamp. So they misspelled his name. And this one's like kind of like a funny error run, kind of like that Thunder Savant. And there's some up there for like 50 to 65 bucks for this one alone. By the way, this one has been in the used bins for over a year. Speaking of another Latitude 64 disc, this is a gold Halo. So Halo is a little bit older one, but this is like the NASA moon stamp, which is a little bit rare. These are like the deco stamps. So if you're a Latitude 64 collector, you know about these too. And the only comp you can find is like 75 bucks on eBay. I don't think it's probably that valuable personally, but it is a pretty cool stamp and it is the Halo disc as well, which is pretty cool. Sometimes I go into the used bins and I just find incredibly good discs for my own bag. Again, most of my bag is used bin discs, but We're gonna get into that in a second. These are some old pinned fingerprinty T-birds. They're very opaque. You can't see through like this one, which opaque discs, there is a collector market for these types of champion runs because of their flight characteristics being a little bit more overstable. Now, this one is probably one that I'm gonna see fits in between my Color Glow FD and my Color Glow Eagle. So I don't have anything that's like really super straight, so I think the T-bird is probably going to be that. I did buy both of these just in case one of them was better than the other. They're both my colors, and the other one will find a happy home, but they are pinned champ fingerprinty T-birds. Next up, my friend Jay Millie, he has this Cowboy Canyon, but the cool thing about this one is only $8 from the used bins, and this is a Proto Flight. So this is their prototype version. Well, I guess I should ask, are all of them prototypes under here if you have a Canyon, or is this one just a prototype that they ended up stamping with Jay Millie's stamp? I don't know, but it was really cool. And then I bought this for myself. Again, like a lot of these are going to be just for myself because it's not all about making money. It's about finding cool discs, and discs are the coolest part of disc golf. This is the Yeehaw Cowboy Canyon from Trash Panda. They were like selling for $40. I don't understand why these prototypes are, but really, really cool mold, and it feels perfect in the hand. I ended up picking up a Fision Pyro because, again, still looking for like 2 slots in my bag where it's in between it's either gonna be a Buzz or an MD3 in my Pyro. So this one I'm hoping fits between it, but I did pick up this nice cotton candy Fision Pyro, the Eagle Run, for like $12. Those aren't gonna be very collectible. And really, like the rest of these are all discs that I bought for myself for the most part. This is a Glow Phoenix and a Hatcher. Hayden, they both bag a Glow Phoenix. I had an Omen in the bag from Thought Space, which is the same thing from Mint Discs. Super high wing. Like if you ever wanted a flat top Firebird and you can't find a good one, please go pick up a Mint Glow Phoenix. There's a reason why a lot of pros bag this specific disc and this run for that really overstable utility slot. So I will wipe the stamp and dye it. Sometimes I go in there and there's $1 discs sitting there. This is an Orbit Judge. And I said, okay, $1. You know, I do have a lot of people sometimes off Facebook Marketplace will come over and I'll help them get started in disc golf. So this would be a perfect one for them if somebody comes over and picks this up. And the same thing for this Discraft Page Pierce Fierce. Just the typical swirly blend, but it was $1. And it's in pretty good condition. And if it's $1, I mean, I will pick that up. And then, you know, if somebody wants to, again, come over, get a starter set, that's going to be in there for them. Then I did find this Simon Line Balance in really good condition. I don't think these are very valuable, but I do have one over here. And if people, again, are going to come over and pick these up, it's just a cool stamp. I think over time, these gyro boxes, as they become more limited, will probably go up in value. So this is kind of like a gamble on my part because this is a prototype. It's not the actual production run. So maybe in like 10 years time, it'll be worth something. Who knows? We are now, drum roll please, up to $1,143 in profit. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video where I am gonna unbox some of these insane discs that I ended up buying for my own bag and some crazy eBay finds that I don't think the person who sold them had any clue what they had. I'll catch you guys in the next one.